Welcome. I am really excited about inviting you here. You've clicked on the link, you've expressed interest in real estate and learning about it in real estate. What we're here to do today is simply fill you in on our new program. We have a fantastic new program, and we'll share a little bit of a background story. I'm going to interview Ken with a couple of questions, and then I'll engage with you just to encourage you about investing in yourself. This is an incredible journey when you start investing in yourself. So I'll start by asking Ken a few questions. You've been in real estate a while, and I'm going to ask just a little bit about your background, but you've been in real estate a while, you've bought hundreds of doors, you're successful, you've retired from any other job, you could just sit around all day if you want. No, you're not.
I'm not.
But you could. You're doing what you love right now.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, I mean, it all started when I read the book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I read that back in 2001. And that literally changed my entire life, the way I thought about retirement, how to achieve financial freedom. And I realized that investing in real estate was going to be the answer for myself. So I started to invest in real estate shortly after reading that book. And a short time after that, like a year and a half after that, I came across some education programs that were available specific for investors in real estate. And I was a bit reluctant at the beginning because they were extremely expensive and I didn't have a whole lot of money to invest in the education, but I quickly saw the value, and they were extremely good programs. However, very expensive. And we spent $40,000 in our education just to learn how to properly invest in real estate. No regrets at all. Great programs. There's lots of great programs out there. That just happened to be the one that we invested in, and we started to take action, and that was where I discovered my passion for teaching. It was actually after getting involved in the education side of things.
Yeah, now you said you spent over $40,000.
Yep.
There are so many people who get into real estate a little bit, they dabble in it, they think, my brother did it, my uncle did it, whoever, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You said you were learning to invest in it properly. How many properties have you had? How many deals have you had where you've lost money?
I haven't lost any money.
Ever?
Ever.
16 years.
I have made some mistakes,
yes,
but I've been able to recover from those mistakes because I had more knowledge available to me, and I understood the exit strategy, I guess. I could figure out a way to get out of it.
Yeah, originally I wasn't going to ask this question to Ken, but it's really important that the quality of that education is really what has set you up for success in many, many ways.
Many ways.
Okay,
sure.
So sounds fantastic.
Yep.
Why'd you get out of teaching in that company? Because you were teaching in that company.
Yeah, well, so they saw the results I was getting after taking the courses. They actually asked me to become one of their mentors, where I go out in the field and help other graduating students apply what they learn in the courses. And that's when I discovered my passion for teaching.
Yeah.
What I also discovered, though, was the frustration of seeing people not achieve their goals for a variety of different reasons, or not even being able to afford those programs. I saw many people wanting to get into the game of investing in real estate, but they simply couldn't afford it. And I thought that was very unfair. I didn't like the big business aspect of it. So I decided to walk away from the big business and see what I could do on my own.
All right, so what was the solution? It was unaffordable, people weren't getting some certain results. What was the solution?
Well, I didn't know what to do initially, so I just started teaching one-on-one, mentoring one-on-one, which had some limited success. Then I developed my own courses. So I would host weekend events and have 20, 30, 40 people come out to an event, which was better. But what was really good was when I took those courses and all that education and I put it into an online program, which allowed me to make it even more affordable to people, as well as more accessible as well.
Because it's not costing you your time to teach every single individual. So
Exactly.
You're bringing the price down. It's like Ford, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Building the model. So where are you at right now? You ran into another problem.
Yeah, so as much knowledge as you give people, they still seem to have limited success. And that's very frustrating for me, because my goal is to see as many people succeed as possible. And it's very frustrating for me. So I looked back and asked myself, why was I so successful? What was different in my training, in my education, or my journey? And what it came down to was the personal development that I actually was involved in during that same time period that I was taking the real estate education courses. my wife and I, we were enrolled in all kinds of personal development programs, and we have spent a lot of money in personal development programs over the years.
Give numbers. How much have you spent? At least how much have you spent on personal development? I'm just talking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of time, energy, money spent outside of simply the programs, but simply some of those big programs.
In total, about $150,000.
Okay, so you're up to $200,000.
Yeah, easily.
Now you're successful. It's worth it. You've made millions of dollars because of it. Having said that, $200,000 is a huge chunk of change.
It is beyond most people's means and ability to get into the game of investing. I get that and understand that, and I still wonder how the heck I did it at times, but we did it. That's what we've done. We continue to do it, actually.
Yeah.
On average, I probably spend $10,000 to $15,000 a year on more personal development, which I then in turn share with my students. That's what I love about it. So yeah, I've taken all of these courses, all of these programs, grown, changed my mindset, my beliefs, which allow me to do what other successful people do.
Okay, so this is what I'm hearing. And we're bringing this out because we believe it's an important aspect of this. You've spent lots of money.
Yep.
You got great education. You started teaching others, and the information there was there. The education was there. It became more affordable for people. But there was still a problem. They knew what they needed to do, but...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people come to the programs, they want the education, they think that's all they need. And what I realized was that they need more than that. They need to change themselves inside in order to truly apply the education I provide and see the results. So I've been sharing what I have learned over the years, but I'm not a trained psychologist.
Yeah.
I just play one. But no, I'm not a trained psychologist, and I do the best I can. But what really got me excited was when you entered the picture. And as we became friends, I mean, she started off as a student.
Yep.
And
by the way, I spent the money. I spent a bunch of money, and it was worth it. I saw huge development in me.
Yeah, exactly. And so as we became friends, I recognized your strength as a psychologist, being able to bring to the table what I've been attempting to bring for many years, and now I see this is the missing piece.
Yeah. So typically we see a few basic problems, a few basic hurdles that your students get into, and that my clients get into as well.
Yep.
Part of it is rejection, fear of rejection, because when you run out of your own money quite quickly when you're purchasing real estate, and you've got to figure out a way to do that. So asking other people for money, that can be really scary for people.
Yep.
It's just pulling the trigger. Just simply putting in the offer and seeing how it plays out, even though it's a very low cost.
Almost analysis paralysis to a certain extent. They're just afraid of what's going to happen. All the fears come pouring in. Well, what if it's accepted? What if this happens? What if that happens? And
what if I'm successful?
What if I'm successful? That's a huge one. Absolutely.
But there's also the money, about losing my money or losing somebody else's money.
Yeah.
There's so much fear in this industry. Most of it is because of misinformation out there.
Most of it's false information.
Yes.
I mean, and it's our own mind working against us. And if not all, I would say all the time it's working against us. And to learn how to control that and work through those fears, those beliefs that are holding us back.
Yeah.
And that's what really helped us explode.
So that's kind of where I came in. We've partnered up. We've developed a program, and my side of that is, how do I help people get by fears? How do I help people get through hurdles? When people are taking some actions and there's that pushback, or there's something internally that goes, wait a second, I'm freaking out here. Instead of having that last a few months, how do we help people get through it so it's a blip? It takes a few days, we work through it, we move on. And therefore people are successful. They've got that continued motivation.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you've got the background, the education to understand all of these things, but you also have a natural gift of being able to communicate well and connect with people that I really appreciate, and that really just propels people forward, gives them the belief in themselves.
Yeah, the beauty of this is that I really do believe in Ken's program. His real estate education program is fantastic. It doesn't lack compared to any other programs. And again, we've mentioned the program that you spent $40,000 on.
Yep.
That's a well-known program. There are other programs out there, and your education is fantastic. the excitement for us comes in going, education is not all that there is. And that personal development side, how do we help people with that? And we've put together a program to specifically help with that. And what we've thought about, the 3 key factors for what we're thinking about, is we wanted a program that was affordable. Mm-hmm. Absolutely affordable. How can we make it available and affordable to the average person? So they can invest in themselves. Yeah. They can get everything that they need, not only the education, which is the second piece. So affordable, it needs to be fantastic education.
Yeah.
At least as good as anything out there, but we wanted it to be better. And the third thing was we wanted to walk through this process with people.
Support.
Yes.
I mean, that's the one of the biggest frustrations I have with many programs, as good as the programs are.
Yep.
Great education, but they provide very, very little support after the fact. So people go off and spend a week or a weekend at an event, get all of this information, they get all jacked up and they're ready to go. But then as soon as they leave, their support environment is gone.
Absolutely. And here's where the problem is, and we've seen this over and over again. There are very few people who can go to an event, soak up all the information, and then take consistent action for the next year or two.
Exactly.
Now, other programs out there do help with this problem too. So the Rich Dad Poor Dad umbrella company, it does have stuff here and there that supports people or helps people.
Very limited though. I mean, that's where that was my role.
Yep.
I was the support person, but the support was 3 days after the fact. So I would go out and spend 3 days, and that could be a month or 6 months after they took the courses. But again, after my 3 days were done, they were on their own. There was nothing else.
And just to reemphasize, the program is great.
Excellent.
It's expensive and it's good.
Love it.
Now, there's another program out there. There's the RAIN.
Yeah.
and RAIN is a network where people can get a ton of information again. It's really good information.
Yep.
It's long-lasting. You can have a subscription membership where you're signing up and you're getting support here and there. But again, the support was missing for us. And we're not saying anything bad about the program. It's a good program.
No, excellent program.
Again, there are very few people who get a little bit of information or a lot of information and then take consistent action. So the key for us was, yes, we want it to be affordable. And this, by the way, our program is affordable, more affordable than either of the other 2 programs.
Exactly.
Secondly, we want it to be great education. We've included at least, if not more, education than both of those programs out there.
Yep.
The third piece, and this is kind of the key, this is the kicker, is that we wanted the program to be a support base, where you can be walked through step by step. What do I do now? Not just what do I do in real estate, what do I work on right now? I'm struggling with this, I've got this fear going on. What do I do next so that what do I do with family members that are telling me I can't do this?
Exactly. So the beautiful thing about this third element that has been missing is that in my opinion, it is critical to your success as a real estate investor, but the side benefit is it improves the quality of your life, period.
Yes.
Family, personally, business, doesn't matter what. You start to change you, and the benefits are far reaching.
And that's where Ken and I are exactly the same in that we love seeing change in people.
Oh, love it.
That when people come to you going, I want help with real estate, I want help with figuring out my financial situation. And a year or 2 down the road, all of a sudden they're in a different place in their relationships, they're in a different place with their confidence, they're in a different place with how they think about business and money and weight.
Just
and health.
happier. They're just a better place.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So we're about to tell you a lot more about this program. We're very excited about it. We know that it helps people for a long period of time. Actually, it's a 2-year program.
Yeah, people have been chasing me for a number of years to put together a long-term coaching, mentoring program, and I just didn't see how I could do that on my own until you came into the picture. Then I thought, this is perfect. I now have the means to do this and provide to people not only what they want, but what they need. And that is a full 2 years of coaching, mentoring, support, along with all of the education that goes with it.
So a few other things just before we close off here. One is that if you are the kind of person that wants to get rich quick, and if you don't want to have it cost you any money, any time, any energy, you need to find somewhere else.
Yep.
Go buy a lottery ticket. You're not going to win, but you'll feel better about yourself for a little while. But seriously, if you're not into really investing in yourself, this is not the place for you.
No.
This is a place where you're going to invest all three: time, money, and energy in yourself, in your future, and that's going to make a big difference. But you've got to be dedicated to it. So right now, don't go any further if you're not interested in that.
If you're wanting us to solve your problems, we can't do that for you. It's us helping you, but you have to help yourself.
Absolutely. So along with that, or on the other side of that, if you are somebody who goes, I want something affordable, I don't want to spend $40,000, I don't want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own personal development on top of that.
Don't need to.
Exactly. Well, you do, but you don't need to spend that much.
No,
you need to do it. You don't need to
yeah.
spend the money. If you want to get the education, you want it over a long period of time where you've got someone working with you, we are excited about working with you. We're excited about seeing the changes in our clients and growing with you. So if that's the case, we're going to see you really soon. We're excited about what you're about to learn about yourself and about real estate. I want to even congratulate you for coming this far, because already you're showing that you've made a commitment to invest in yourself.
Yep, exactly.
Fantastic.
Love working with you. So join us.
Enjoy the day. We'll see you.